Good morning, everyone. Today is assignment number 1, and your student instructions are: you will need paper and a pencil to complete the assignment. 2, be sure to ask questions and show your thinking on scratch paper. 3, during the notes and guided practice, you may pause and rewind as needed. 4, once complete with the notes and guided practice, complete and submit the independent practice. Don't be afraid to contact me for help. Assignment number 1 is going to be interpreting bar graphs. So your notes at the top. A bar graph is a great way to compare categorical data. It can be represented both vertically or horizontally. Important characteristics include the longer the bar, the greater the value. The sum of all bars represent the total data pieces. So if I look at this first graph, color tiles, it says a brown sack is filled with color tiles for a science experiment. How many tiles are in the brown paper sack? So we're looking for the total. So I need to know the total. I need to know how many red, blue, green, and yellow there are. So if I look at red, it's between 18 and 21. I'm going to say it's closest to 20. Blue is between 6 and 9, which I think is closer to 9, so it's going to be 8. Green is right at 12, and yellow is closer to 9, so I'm going to say it's at 10. So in order to figure out how many, I need to add those tiles together. So 20 plus 8 plus 12 plus 10 is going to give me 50 tiles. The next question says list the number of tiles for each color, which we've already done because we had to find the total. Red is 20, blue is 8, green is 12, and yellow is 10. Now we can go ahead and answer our following questions. So question number 1, what percent of the tiles are blue? So if you guys remember back to almost throughout the whole year, we know the highest percent we can have is 100%, so we can set up our proportion. How many blue tiles are there? 8 out of a total of 50. But I want to know what percent, and percent is always out of 100. So 2 ways we can solve. You can go ahead and cross multiply and then divide, or I know scale factor, so from 50 to 100 means I multiplied by 2. So if I multiply by 2 up top, that's going to be 8 times 2 is 16. So percent of blue is 16%. Question number 2 says what percent of the tiles are green? So the same thing. We have 12 green tiles out of 50 total, but we want to know percent, and percent is out of 100. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to use scale factor again because it's a simple one. 50 times 2 is 100. So 12 times 2 is going to be 24. So I know green is 24%. Question number 3 says what 2 color tiles make up more than 60%? So I don't want to know 60%, I want to know more than 60%. So again, there's multiple ways to solve it. I'm going to solve it one way. If that one way does not work for you, you guys can message me and I can always send you more ways. So I know that 60% is out of 100. So 60% out of 100%. And I know that I have a total of 50 tiles. So I'm trying to figure out what is 60% of 50. I'm going to go ahead. I know that from 100 to 50, I divide by 2. 60 divided by 2 is 30. Forgot to fill it up here. So again, I'm looking for more than 60%, so I need to know more than 30 tiles. So what two colors can I add together that's going to give me more than 30? Well, if I add red and yellow, I'm going to get 30. But do I want 30? No, I want more than 30. So in order to get more than 30, I'm going to need red and green. Because red is 20, green is 12. And that's going to give me 32, which is more than 30. Question 4 says, how does the number of blue and green colored tiles compare to the number of red colored tiles? So blue and green together is 20, and red is also 20. So if I compare them together, they're equal. So blue and green is equal to red. Question 5 says, write 3 statements about the graph below, 2 that are true and 1 that is false. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to give you 1, and then you guys can feel free to try to come up with your own. So one example, if I compare them, I could say yellow is half of red. Okay, so 10 is half of 20, so yellow tiles is half of the red tiles. And that's it. So that's your notes and your guided practice. Again, if you have questions or you need to see something done another way, please feel free to contact me. So now you can go ahead and complete your independent practice, which is interpreting bar graphs numbers 6 through